Welcome to On the Edge with April Mahoney Brains. Here, this is the spot where the conversations are pointed, the guests are sharp, and the responses are never dull. Did you bring your thinking caps? Because it's time to put them on. Because the conversation starts now. On the Edge with April Mahoney Brains. We are at the spot, the location, the place where the conversation is pointed, the guests are sharp, and the responses are never dull. And today we have Kalea Kulbe from Colorado. Okay? Yeah. He's going to talk about how to tickle our tootsies. Well, I tell you, me and Mr. Magnificent, we both have a foot fetish. We do that. We get in the bed and we rub each other's feet. But it's something about the energy in your feet. Yeah. I mean, it's your balance, your hands and your feet. People don't give them as much credit. But when your feet hurt, your entire body hurts. You cannot get your balance. It's a whole lot going on with that. But she's a very layered woman. She's a mother, and she's a business owner. So we're going to ask her a little bit about that, how that feels, what that looks like, and maybe she'll give us some suggestions on how we can tickle our tootsies. How you doing, Kalea?
Hey, I am good. How are you?
I'm all good. I'm excited about this because, again, I really like reflexology. I'm going to tell you a really quick story. I went to a networking meeting. No, it was a corporate meeting. And there was a guy in the lobby that did reflexology. And he got down. So I got his business card. He said, come to my home, come to my studio. I'm sitting next to this woman, very unassuming, but she's pouring into me. I mean, like a river. She's deep, she's heavy, she's metaphysical, she's spiritual, she's this, she's that, all this. And I'm getting this reflexology. I mean, I was over the moon. Oh, do you know that was Louise Hay?
Oh my gosh.
I'm sitting next to her for an hour. I had her all to myself and did not even know.
Wow.
Did not even know. So, it was a trance. So I just like to share that story because it was just amazing how that reflexology took me to another place. But you go deeper than that. Tell us a little bit about, what you do, what your modality is, and how you got started.
Yeah. So what I do is called foot zoning, and the overall basis of foot zoning is that it's an advanced form of reflexology. So it was created by Dr. Ersdale out of Norway when he was paralyzed after a stroke. And within 2 years of that paralyzation, working with his reflexologist and chiropractor, he was completely healed of his paralysis and he could walk again. So he dove real deep into why does it work? How does it work? And he was noticing that just reflexology by itself was not helping every person every time. It was very inconsistent. So he had a very clear message, a very clear dream of the map of the body, and a very clear message saying we have to treat the body as a whole in order to heal as a whole. We cannot just focus on the physical body. So the foot zone was born, and it treats the body as an inherited whole. So I treat physical, mental, spiritual, and emotional all in one through the stimulation of the different points on your feet and your ankles. And so then like you said, we start feeling balanced when that happens. We get more energy, renew cells, and it just aids the body in its own healing process. And it naturally knows how to heal when you kind of, deliver that. You're the vehicle to deliver the body to heal on its own. So I work on clearing meridian lines and energy lines and balancing chakras and just really like resetting the body back into rest and digest.
And I'll tell you something else that helps brains too: constipation. Whether you believe it or not, I was on my way to China. Well, when I went to China, I couldn't go for 3 or 4 days. And this young woman came in and did some reflexology. Oh my God. It just seemed like it cleansed my entire body. Yeah. Okay. So why did you get started with it? What drew you to it?
So it was kind of just a crazy way, I guess, that the universe was answering my just kind of whole life's purpose. I was an interior designer for the first about 18 years since I was 20. I'm 38 now. So I guess about the first 15 years, I've done interior design, and I got really burnt out through COVID and through everything else. I just really needed a huge change. I didn't know what that was going to be. I didn't know what that looked like. But just kind of sitting, getting quiet with myself and just making a list of all the things that I knew I needed in my life to help fulfill myself spiritually and mentally. My mental health had taken a big toll through that time. I reconnected with a friend from high school who is a foot zoner in another state. And we connected. I had no idea what she was doing or what it was all about, but I didn't really care. I said, just put me in the chair. And my husband and I went in. We both had the foot zone done. And after we left, I just immediately knew, like, this is what I need to do. There's no one else in Denver doing it. I found my instructor, who actually lives in Grand Junction, about 4 hours away from me. And she was needing a few more people to fill a class. And so it just was like a very clear calling on, I need to bring this modality and help people heal, especially after COVID, and just get that sense of touch and just healing and love, really.
You know, I'm really into that. After we get off of this interview here, I'm making an appointment to go get a massage. I am so into, you know, that internal organ and stimulating and movement, because I'm 60, okay? And so it start to crickling and crackling and all that. And I have to discipline myself to move it, because if you don't move it, you're going to lose it. Your mobility, your balance, you know, then you're carrying a little bit more weight in this place or that place. So it's a lot involved in that. I'm glad that you have taken on this modality and this challenge. But what do you do to clear yourself from that energy? Because I was going to be a massage therapist at one point. And girl, I worked on 1 or 2 people, and I could feel their tenseness, their sickness, you know.
Yeah,
and one of them hadn't freshly showered. I was done. I was done. Okay.
So I kind of do a little meditation before a client comes in, just kind of setting my space and my intention for the highest and good.
Absolutely.
I use some oils like on my heart space, on my solar plexus, and then I zone with no shoes on so that I am grounded through the entire zoning process. So any energy that I do pull off of them is kind of flowing through me and grounding out. I am a very big empath, so I do feel a lot of energy. And after the zone is complete, when I'm kind of washing my hands, I thank my client for letting me work on them and help them heal and let their body do the healing. And then when I'm done, I do kind of a crazy visual, like, pull from my elbow. I kind of pull my energy visually into the sink, and I'm washing and releasing whatever is not mine, whatever I don't own. I'm washing that into the sink and just kind of releasing that energy. I also work with a really amazing shiatsu massage therapist too, who kind of goes through and can help do some Reiki and help release that energy as well.
I'm going to get a Thai massage. I got a little girl, she's going to walk on my back. I love it.
Okay. I haven't tried that yet. I need to.
Oh, yeah. And you know what? You think that it's hard, but I mean, they definitely have a skill. They have a touch. So awesome. What do you do to keep your skills sharp? You know, you get into this modality and things are ever evolving. There's new things. Do you incorporate other type of modalities, or are you just into foot zoning specifically?
So through the school that I went to, they are constantly doing what they call refresh, renew, and refresh and renew, like update courses pretty much. So I attend those all the time just to see if there's any new points that we've been working on, any new different way to do this, that, or the other. So I just keep that education, always continuously learning. I'm always still continuously learning about the body, the way the body works, different ailments that people have and how their body is working through those things. So a lot of education that I'm constantly doing. Right now, I don't have an additional modality. I'm currently working on getting a group of people here in Denver so I can get certified to start training.
Oh,
Getting more
wow.
people certified. Yes, because it has been amazing. I've been truly blessed. I've had a lot of people coming and my practice is full, but there's more people that need help and want help, and I'm just one person. So
Okay, well, give us one or two things that we might be able to do to, get more relaxed or de-stress, or is there certain pressure points? Can you give us a couple tips?
Sure. So kind of one of my favorites is the let's see if I don't have a foot. I guess I can put my foot up here on the screen. But
You have a model of a foot?
I do not have one here at my house. I'm at my house.
Oh,
Not at
okay.
my
All right.
office, so.
All right. That's okay. We'll
Yes.
imagine.
Okay, so kind of in between your pinky toe and the next toe over, if you can kind of visualize, like if this was your foot. So kind of in this little crook right here, on both sides, if you kind of just hold that and push real tight, that is your main kind of vagus nerve signal on both feet. So if you're ever feeling like an anxiety attack or really anxious or panic or just can't calm down and breathe, you can just quickly hold those two spots on both sides of your feet at the same time, and that will reset your vagus nerve back into rest and digest and just kind of calm your whole nervous system.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So
Good.
that's something. Yeah, that's something. I love to do that with my kids. Yes. Yep. And I do that with my kids when they are like having a kid moment, it's like, sit down.
Let me reset your vagus nerve because you're getting on my last nerve.
Exactly. Let me just help you reset for a second so we can have a calm conversation. Another great one is your big toe. The bottom of your big toe is all your brain. So talking about brains and hey brains,
That's right.
your big toe is your brain. So if you're having a headache, if you are experiencing any kind of like brain fog or anything like that, you can just kind of massage, just the pad of your big toes, and that will help a ton with all the brain.
Now, we talked about the bottom of the foot. Are there any key indicators or pressure points on the top of the foot and around? Because I know when my masseuse, she beats on the bottom of my heel, and she will run her hands along the sides of my feet as well. A lot of times when people talk about reflexology, or maybe, and I just kind of lumping this in there, but foot zoning, they talk about the bottom of the foot. Is there a lot of stimulation on the top and the sides as well?
Yeah, so that's one of the biggest difference actually between reflexology and the foot zone is reflexology really focuses a lot more on the physical body, which is the bottom of the foot. Or foot zoning, I do the entire foot. So yes, like your right side, your liver is on the side of your foot out by your pinky toe. So your liver signals there. The top of your foot, there's a lot of your lymph system. There's your rib cage, your sternum, kind of all your whole facial, cranial, teeth, sinuses, eyes, ears, tear ducts, all the way down. The inside of your foot is your spine and your back. Also like reproductive systems for both men and women there. So
boy, you got a G spot on the bottom of your foot. Let's find it.
Inside ankles there.
Okay, all right, that's good. But there's a lot, to the feet. Now, let's ask you some fun questions.
Okay.
Okay, because we know all about what you do for a profession and how you relax people. But what are some of your guilty pleasures? Give me three things that you absolutely cannot live without.
Oh, guilty pleasures. I mean, I love binge watching any kind of true crime.
Oh, yeah.
Thriller, drama, TV. Yep, that's definitely a guilty pleasure. I love still my interior design background, my, original kind of inspiration. I love any kind of DIY, rehab furniture, upcycle, make anything in my house better type thing. And let's see, what else? Sure. Just hanging out with my girlfriends, really,
Yeah,
just kind of
I know. Yeah, I know. Just
having
hanging
some
out with
wine
people.
and talking, to just gossip and drama and just being with the girls.
And it's odd that you would talk about your interior design experience. I was talking to one of my other guests who is an interior designer as well. And she made it very clear that we do a whole lot more as interior designers than just the color and the pillows.
Yeah.
There is an architectural design. You have to do some sketching. You have to get into the embodiment and into the interior of the person that's going to be living in this space. Where the lights coming from? Are they going to be entertaining? Do they have pets? All of that. Did you really, how did you get burnt out on that? That just kind of seems, well, and it could be very subjective because people can be real different.
Yeah.
They can't, but it's their living space and you get that. And then they want their space to look like something and they don't have the budget for it. So
Yeah.
how did you live through that for 15 years?
Yeah, so actually I did not do residential design. I did model home interiors for a lot of the big home builders, as well as commercial interiors. So I did clubhouse spaces, restaurants, salons, just 55 plus active adult clubhouse spaces. So I worked, my client was more corporate America versus individual person's home. Yeah. So it was amazing. I loved my job. I loved everything about it, except I traveled a lot. I designed all over the whole country. And so I'd be gone at weeks at a time. I had 2 little kids at home. And so I felt like I was just missing out a lot on their lives. And it kind of got exhausting there towards the end, trying to juggle it all. So
I can imagine.
That's where my burnout came from. And then with COVID, just like everyone else, supply chain issues, contractor issues. So yeah, it was everything works out for a reason, and it was a good time for me to kind of make a big shift.
What did you learn about yourself during that perfect pause during COVID?
I really learned like what I value in my life, as far as having the flexibility in my time and my schedule, being able to make my own kind of rules and just be happy doing what I'm doing. Also having, being parent mom at school, if I wanted to do that on a Tuesday at noon, and just having that flexibility is really came through as a big value.
So if you were an appliance in the kitchen, what appliance would you be and why?
Oh, I don't know. Probably a microwave. Because
a microwave.
I think I'd be a microwave because the microwave, I feel like, does pretty much everything, does it quick and efficient. It's pretty straightforward. Like, this is what's going to happen. It's going to get done, and it's going to be done right for the most part. So
what makes you laugh?
I mean, a lot of things make me laugh, but just a good comedy, really, like hanging out with friends, playing games, good TikTok every once in a while.
Oh, do you do
Creativity.
Do you create TikToks?
I just started. I was really hesitant at first, and now I'm like, oh, this is actually kind of fun. So, and just seeing people's creativity is like, it's just awesome.
But you know what? A TikTok is really a phenomenon. It's because it used to just be entertainment. Now it's turned political. Remember that big upheaval? And millennials are telling me that they love TikTok because they want information in bite-sized pieces.
Yeah.
They don't want the whole long, drawn out 45-minute news report. They want it in 30 seconds and these little blurbs. But I think, you need to have complete information. That's just me and my way of thinking, but TikTok seems like it's really fun, and they're getting a whole lot. It must be really valuable too, because anytime Congress says, let's shut it down, that it's really got an influence. What are some of the things that influence you in your life?
My kids definitely influence me because I know from where I was at in corporate America to now, it's you don't really realize that your kids are watching you all the time and kind of learning from your experience too. So they're a big influence for me because I just want to do better and be better and show up better as a mom and as a wife and everything else for them, for my husband. And I have a lot of different, celebrity influences and stuff like that. I just love people that are real, that are honest, and that are trying to make a better impact in the world and leave it a little bit better than they found it.
Well, that's very, very important. So tell us something that nobody else knows about you.
Oh man, something that nobody else knows about me. Well, I am very woo-woo, so I love all things woo-woo. If that's
wait, pause, because everybody's got a different interpretation of what is woo-woo to you.
So woo-woo to me is give me all the psychics, the mediums, the anything off kilter healing wise. I'm kind of like, sign me up, I'll try it. Sounds awesome.
What draws you to that energy?
I think because it's something that I wish I had that gift. I wish I could, foresee and predict and all that stuff. But so it's just very intriguing, like how people can pull things out of thin air. And I've seen some really great psychics and mediums. I've also seen, some that are not. And just how real the stuff can be that they say. So,
well, I'm going to report back to you because next weekend I'm going to see Tyler Henry.
Oh, really? That's awesome.
And
oh my
so
God.
I'm gonna check out his woo and I'm gonna let you know.
Yeah, wow, that's incredible.
Yeah, because I have some insight, but I watch him pretty carefully. There's a couple others that I've seen, that just don't do it for me. But it's something about his sincerity. Maybe it's his youth. I don't know. If you could time travel, what time period would you land in?
I don't know. The 20s seemed pretty fun.
Really? I noticed more people want to go back in time. Girl, I want to go 3000. I want to be out there in the stars, hang out on Jupiter and, just kind of go through that next portal. I don't think I want to go back in time.
Yeah.
Pretty interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. Their outfits and just the fashion and just seemed like such a simpler time, in a way, as far as like just no technology and just I don't know, just maybe it's just the movie thing, but the roaring 20s, it seemed like a pretty good time.
Well, no, I can see you, with a little flapper skirt on. I can see you doing it. That's good. So what else about the foot zone would you like our brains to think about? In addition to that, tell us how to get in contact with you, because I'm very interested. I wish you were here. I have my feet, me and my husband's feet right there with you.
Yeah.
I'm fascinated by that. I am really fascinated by the feet. They're amazing. They really are.
So I think probably something that people don't really ever associate with the feet and foot zoning and reflexology is that it is good for the saying that we kind of have is womb to tomb. So I can work on a brand new baby, minutes old, all the way to someone on their deathbed for any illness, any chronic pain, really anything that you might be experiencing in your body knows how to heal. So I have people that come to me that just say, oh, my feet are hurting. Well, yes, your feet are hurting, but let's see how that's relating to the body. So people I love to work with are teens, just because teens these days are just all over the place crazy. So to just help them kind of reset, as well as people that are experiencing infertility or fertility issues, because I went through that myself, and so I can deeply relate to how badly you want something that's kind of out of your control in a sense. So helping people try to conceive and then keep them healthy through the pregnancy, and then at the end, if they're really ready to go, do some stuff to try and get labor going.
Put some woo-woo on them.
Get the woo-woo going. Yeah, exactly.
I bet your clients are, athletes, and I could see, people that stand on their feet, construction workers, just people that really put a lot of pressure on the bottom half of their body.
Yeah. I mean, I work a lot too with people in 75 plus, because they maybe love massage, but their bodies just don't recover as well from massage anymore. They don't want to get up and down off of the table, stuff like that. And they're feeling the same benefits from the foot zone as they would if they were to go get a massage. And so it's really, I'm helping a lot of older clientele as well. So yeah, it's just been amazing, the people I've been able to meet and help. And
do you soak your clients' feet in those herbs?
Yeah, I don't do herbs.
I brought some back from Beijing, China, and it was clear water. And when she soaked my feet, it turned dark brown. I was scared to death. And it pulled out all the toxins. And then she did that reflexology, and I feel like my whole body was cleansed. So sometimes they say that foot soaking, that really helps. So you think like Epsom salt and things like that help to relieve and relax the body?
Yeah, so I do the ion detox machine that you're talking about. I do offer that, where they can put their feet in and do the ion, the positive array that helps pull toxins. And then I don't use Epsom salts, and it's just, I guess, a personal thing. There's nothing against them. I like Epsom salts. But I actually use magnesium flakes, pure magnesium flakes. I do a big warm bowl of water with magnesium and a peppermint spearmint blend of oils that just helps open up all the pores. Everyone's deficient in magnesium, so we really need it.
I know, and your body cramps up. Magnesium and what's the other one? Potassium. So that's a great tip, Brains. Magnesium flakes. Where do you get that? Like the health food store? Or you got to order it online, or they order it from you? You have your own special blend?
No, I just get it on Amazon, and that's because I can get it in big bulk. So I'm sure you can get it in a natural store. It's just very fine, thin, looks like rock flakes almost, but it's just pure magnesium. So you can take a bath in them. They're very relaxing also. So
that's better. That could be better than an ingestible, because it goes right through your skin.
Yep.
That's a valuable tip. Thank you so much for that. I'm going to run out and get me some.
You're welcome.
I do. Because I had been reading a lot. I knew that I was cramping up a lot, and I said, wow, what can I do? And they would say, well, take magnesium and put it under your tongue, and that'll work. But if I could just soak in a bath. That would,
or even just soak your feet. Your feet have over 4,000 pores. So in a test that we learned in school, there was essential oils put on the bottom of the feet, and 20 seconds later they were swabbed in the saliva of the mouth. So that's how fast your body is absorbing things through your feet. So I use oils and salve and the magnesium and everything in my foot zone.
Well, Brains, check her out. She's in Colorado. Check her out online, and maybe you'll be lucky enough to be like she was, be in one of her classes and support the community. Start your own chapter, start your own business there. You might be in Idaho. You never know where you are, but I think that this is very, very valuable. And thank you so much for being on the edge with me and my Brains. Tell my Brains how to get in contact with you.
So my business name is Footnotes, Whole Body Healing Through Your Feet. I have a website that you can book directly online. You can follow me on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, all the good stuff.
We gonna follow her on TikTok, Brains. Thank you so much for being with me on the edge. Brains, go and handle your business. Get your feet rubbed. Get into the foot zone. Get into the podcast zone right here on the edge, the place where the conversation is pointed and the guests are sharp and the responses are never done. Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
All right. Have a good day. Bye, Brains.